Hello, my name is Joan Appleton. I welcome you as participants in this research study which looks at two crucial concepts, informal learning and its potential impact on biblical worldview formation in children and adolescents. The purpose of the video that you are watching now is to give you an understanding of informal learning and worldview so that you can begin to realize the importance of these two concepts for children and adolescents. Also, having this knowledge and understanding will allow you to be more at ease about completing the questionnaire. The concept of informal learning is realized in Bible times with God's chosen people, the Hebrew people. God chose the Hebrew people specifically so they could carry out His commandments and work. God gave the Hebrew people clear instructions in Deuteronomy. There are several definitions of informal learning, but in essence, the informal learning concept began to be written about in the 1950s in study of adult education. Later, the corporate or business world began to realize the value of informal learning with employee and its administrative training. Theories of informal learning at that time began to be developed in organizational work. Informal learning, as recognized by faith-based and non-faith-based authors, is generally among the types of educational learning, which is formal, non-formal, and informal. Basically, formal education is viewed as classroom or structured teaching. Non-formal learning can still be in a classroom or specific location, but it is not structured materials. Basically, informal learning is viewed as education received by socialization, role modeling, and learning by life experiences and working beside another person. Worldview, in its basic description, is explained as the fundamental, mental, emotional, and evaluative presuppositions or way of thinking about the nature of things in the world. The worldview lies deep within the person, not spoken. Then the worldview emerges as what the person believes, which is spoken. These patterns of beliefs and behaviors from cultural foundations continue to be what the person senses in his or her life. I'm a student in a Doctor of Education program in Liberty University at Lynchburg, Virginia, in the John W. Rawlings School of Divinity. I have been studying and developing this topic for 2 years. This study basically answers 3 research questions. The research study is now in written form, which includes a great deal of information on informal learning and worldview. Also included in the written report of the research study is information about the detailed way the study will be carried out. I have been thinking on this particular topic concerning parents, school teachers, and church leaders for the last 10 years or so. In 2016, in my seminary studies, I discovered the key concept that has the potential to unlock the door for this research problem. That problem is the lack of study and literature on spiritual nurturing and education by parents and/or guardians for the formation of biblical worldview for children and adolescents. There is a need first to start in the home environment. There is no lack of support from the Bible concerning the spiritual nurturing and education of children and teens, but there is a need, first of all, to get the attention of the general public, parents, school teachers, church leaders, and authors and scholars, and secondly, to show a relationship between informal learning in the home setting and biblical worldview formation in our children and teens. Third, there is a need to have research evidence to support creating educational and leadership theories for Christian life development in the early years of life and into maturity. A foundational principle of this research study in seeking the relationship between informal learning and biblical worldview formation in children and adolescents is God's command from the Bible, in addition to studies in neuroscience and psychology showing that informal learning can have a major influence in the early developmental years of a person. After you watch this video, you are ready to complete the survey in the form of a questionnaire. There are no right or wrong answers. Answer honestly to the best of your ability, and remember that your identity is not discussed with the public or revealed in the publication of this research study. If you want to participate in the interviews at the end of the study, there will be opportunity to discuss study results with me or the findings of the survey. We will all learn together through the findings of this research what God opens up to us on this important topic. Thank you, and I look forward to working alongside you in this study. I am praying for you and this part of the study as God directs us all. Blessings to you and your family.